Hi, and welcome to the Blueshirts Corner. So the Rangers took on the Boston Bruins last night, and this was a great 2-1 victory as the Rangers come back in that third period in the same kind of fashion they came back in that third period versus the Washington Capitals. This is something great to take out of this game. And a guy like Henrik Lundqvist, the way that he makes this save on I think Max Talbot with the blade of his skate makes me feel like there is hope in the squad. And I feel like if we let's just keep Keith Yandel. I would rather keep Keith Yandel than to trade him at this point. And the fact that this guy, the way he blasts this puck, it's going wide. And all credit to Jasper Fast for deflecting this as the puck's going like 3 feet wide, finds a way to get this past Tuukka Rask. And we're looking at a 2-1 lead with about a minute remaining in this game. And we hold on. Like the way we gave up a goal with 5 seconds in that Washington game, like when we could have had 3 straight wins here. I blame Vigneault for that loss. How don't you take a timeout at a time like that? And it felt like he did it again in this game. He doesn't take the timeout, but this time we hold on. But I mean, when a team is coming, they're looking to tie this game, and we ice the puck, we should be taking that timeout when you have it in hand. Like if there was any time to take that timeout in that Washington game, that was that moment. Again, in this game, it just didn't cost us. But you know what? Alain Vigneault needs to clean up his act. He really does. I mean, this guy's driving me nuts. The fact that he'll play Tanner Glass over Oscar Lindberg, who Oscar Lindberg has about a 99% chance of scoring a goal than Tanner Glass will ever. And playing a guy like Dan Girardi after having given up 2 goals and only getting bumped to the third pairing over a guy like Dylan McIlrath, who we could have really used in this game. We need the biggest bodies we possibly could out there, forechecking, finishing the checks, doing whatever they got to do just to keep us in a game. The way we went down by a goal after Chris Kreider makes a bad turnover in the neutral zone as Jimmy Hayes on a 2-1 disadvantage and fires this puck just right between Kevin Hayes and Keith Yandel. This puck was rolling, it kind of dipped, so that's why it fooled Lundqvist. But when you see a guy like Jimmy Hayes score a goal on us, a goal on Lundqvist to be exact, you're like, we could have had this guy. You know what? I have to get over the fact that we made our mistakes in recent years, trading away certain guys and draft picks and not picking up certain guys that we could have. And at this point, our best shot right now, making the playoffs, if we have any chance of winning the cup, is to keep this lineup intact. Unless you're going to trade away a guy like Dan Girardi and pick up a top 6 forward, which I feel like Jason Megna has been good. So let's just keep this lineup like it is. I mean, when that trade deadline rolls around and everybody's calling for Keith Yandel's services, if we trade away Keith Yandel, then we just take a step back where I don't even think we have a chance going into that first round if you're trading Keith Yandel. My point is, if you trade Keith Yandel, who is going to step up and take over a role that Keith Yandel has taken on? As he's taken the team on his back in a sense, him and Kevin Klein. And I'm glad to see Ryan McDonough not playing with the guy Dan Girardi shows flashes of his old self. I mean, it goes to show you, like, Dan Girardi has found his way to the third pairing. No longer a top pairing defenseman. I mean, a guy's leading the Rangers in ice time right now. It drives me nuts. I mean, Alain Vigneault playing favorites. When a guy like Dylan McIlrath does everything he possibly could, I mean, wearing his heart on his sleeve in a sense. And I mean, like, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that Dylan McIlrath's like some Ryan Suter here, but I mean, he clearly is more reliable at this point than Dan Girardi is. So why not play the guy? But instead, we'll have 2 rookies sitting in the press box as we got 2 veterans just causing a lack of offense in a sense on that fourth line. Tanner Glass with these breakaways and failing to convert, when's enough going to be enough? I feel like the other team, they're like, okay, fine. Let Tanner Glass go. Let him get a breakaway because he's not scoring the goal. I mean, he can't beat a goaltender one-on-one for anything. I mean, why is this guy even trying to go for a breakaway? At this point, I'm like, if you have a breakaway, you might as well just enter that zone, Just try to wait for reinforcements and bang away in front. That's the only way Tanner Glass is ever going to score a goal. And a guy like Oscar Lindberg, if he has that kind of time and space on a breakaway, that puck's in the back of the net. I mean, the amount of times I've seen Tanner Glass get a breakaway and fail to convert, it drives me nuts. At this point, I'm like, you're going to tell me that Oscar Lindberg couldn't be on that fourth line with Victor Stahlberg and Dominic Moore? Like, that line would have more chemistry, would have more jump to their game than having Tanner Glass there, just causing us to sit a guy who needs the time to play for his development. You know, I'm glad to see that Ryan McDonough bounce back and show flashes of his old self as he kept this puck alive in the zone, got this puck to Zuccarello, who passes this for Derek Brassard, who's just right there at the side of the net and gets this goal to tie the game. The way that a guy like Keith Yandel and Kevin Klein, they just kept the pressure coming late in that third period as they just kept on shooting this puck. I mean, Kevin Klein shoots this puck. Then Keith Yandel shoots this puck and it's going like 3 feet wide, but Jasper Fast is there to deflect this puck past Tuukka Rask. The Rangers are up 2-1 with about a minute remaining in that game. And again, when we take an icing and we fail to take our time out, definitely cost us versus the Washington Capitals. We could have been looking at 3 straight wins right now, but instead Vigneault continues in the same direction. It didn't cost us in this game, so I'm glad, but I mean, we're going to have to... I'm really looking forward to seeing Dylan McGrath and Oscar Lindberg playing versus the New York Islanders. I feel like if you got those two guys in this lineup, they're definitely going to be a lot more productive now that Dan Girardi's got an injury, which if they even play Dan Girardi when he's injured over Dylan McGrath, I'm going to have to lose my mind. And a guy like Tanner Glass needs to sit out. And of course, knowing Alain Vigneault, well, it's the New York Islanders. You know, he played great versus them when he got recalled, so we're going to play him. And if he causes any kind of a turnover, if they get this puck in the back of the net and it's his fault, I'm going to lose my mind. I really am. I'm just really looking forward to this game on Thursday. I'm going to keep everybody posted. And just remember, let's go Rangers.